now we get the pleasure of hearing from Steve Pierce, who's the CEO of Ribus. Welcome to the Nourish Mint, Steve. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Well, thank you, Karen, and honored to be able to speak with you and your audience today. This is a great opportunity. And we've heard from a number of people that talked about their active ingredients. And let's be real honest, in the dietary supplement world, decisions are made based on the active. You go out to buy vitamin C, vitamin D. That's what you make your decisions on. On the chart, you'll see a slide that's talking about excipient options for the decision makers. And they are hearing from consumers today that they do not want to see things on their product label that sounds like a chemistry lab. And if we look at the chart, anytime you make a dietary supplement, you may need a flow agent, an oil absorber, a lubricant, or a binder. The historic industry standards are chemistry lab sounding words. You can see those in column 2. Column 3 shows what we're considering clean label declarations, words that consumers can pronounce, and it gives them an understanding of where these ingredients come from. Next slide, please. As the decision makers are going through the process of formulating their new product, they need to know what excipient options are available to them. And again, the active ingredient is what drives it. And I tell people it's like going to the movie. You don't see a movie with one actor. There's a supporting cast. Those of us in the excipient industry, we are the supporting cast members for the production of these supplements. So the decisions are made kind of like this. Management decides that, hey, they want to come out with a new ingredient or a new product. The second question is, now that you know what you want, is it going to be a capsule, a tablet, an effervescent, a chewable? The third column, when we look at the formulation and the production team, they're the folks with the hard work of saying, okay, with this active, how do we put it in the format that they want? We're going to need a lubricant. We're going to need a binder. We might need a disintegrant. So that's kind of the process of how these supplements are made. Once management decides what they want, then the real work begins when the formulators and the production people get involved. One of the unique things that Ribus is offering in conjunction with the Clean Label Alliance is free technical support on a global basis. So as these producers are working with new ingredients, we're there to hold their hand, offer tech support so that they can provide what the consumers are looking for, clean label, high quality dietary supplements. So that's our message for today, Karen.
That's so succinctly put. So I'm going to ask you a personal question. One of my favorite products has magstearate in it. And I've asked about the product and why it has magstearate in it. And I'm always sort of told, but it's just really not very much. So it doesn't really make a difference. So consumers don't feel that way about it. I mean, what would you say in response to sort of the impetus to get these products out of ingredients and get these ingredients out of our products? Sorry.
You're a perfect example. You and I, and I'm going to assume everybody on this call, we are consumers. And if we've got a favorite product that may contain an ingredient that we would prefer not to see on the label, send an email to that company and say, hey, I love your product X. I would like it more if it did not contain magstearate. I understand that Ribus is producing either a natural or an organic alternative to magstearate, and they will offer free tech support to help you make that transition. And nobody speaks louder than the consumer. So whether you're a retailer, whether you're a consumer, or whether you're in the industry, if it's something that you would like to see changed, take it back to that brand and let them know you have an alternative for them.
So following along with that, when you're talking to consumers, if you're a retailer and you're trying to explain the benefits of why products without these ingredients are better for you, what's your process for educating consumers on something that seems to those who are not as schooled in it as maybe we all are, that it's just, you know, way down on the label, I don't need to worry about it? Like, what's the education process?
Well, I think the consumers already got that education. I'm not going to tell them that one product is better or one ingredient is better. I think they're telling industry they prefer to be able to read all the words on the label. And you know, the active ingredient may be an extract from a unique word that we're not used to saying. However, when it comes to excipients, and in that chart that I showed earlier that was up on the screen, you know, we can go with things like rice extract blend instead of magnesium stearate. The consumer sees that, yes, it's got rice. People know what rice is. It is an extract. Yes, we use a water as the extraction fluid, but it's a blend of that. It reads and sounds so much better and gives the consumer some insight versus what is a mag stearate? Does it come from a tree? Does it come from a bush? No, it comes out of the chemistry lab.
And people are so interested in having that clean label component of it. So I'll make a general assumption that these chemicals are generally probably cheaper or more accessible. Do you worry about the supply chain and being able to keep up with demand for some of these replacement pieces?
Good question. At this point, I'm going to say no. Just a quick answer and say no. That does not concern me. The United States produces about 2% of the world's supply of rice, a fact that many people don't know. We are using some of the byproducts of the rice industry, meaning the rice hulls or the rice bran. That allows us to be very, very sustainable, and the quantities of these products we need are available right here in the USA. So that's why all of our products show made in the USA. So supply is available, clean label is available, and really it's an extremely sustainable method, whether organic or, you know, conventional.
Thank you very much, Steve. That was well said.